The lunar eclipse to a solar eclipse. What will manifest? Well, it's gonna be an intense 2 weeks because meaning it starts. The season has started. Aquarian. Let's see. So think of it that this is the pilot episode. Okay, has just launched, and then now we will see how many seasons we will survive this. If it's Game of Thrones. Okay. So Aquarians, let me explain how the reading will work today because I would separate because I do sidereal Vedic astrology. I'm Sal, by the way, so for people who doesn't know, so I'm the reader, okay, who reads, okay, who needs his glasses. But anyway, so I will separate the March 29 because there's 5 planets that is going to be in Pisces. It's a solar eclipse also. I'm going to separate that and then the tarot. And for everyone, just a quick update on people who has gotten, who has ordered their food dog, the free food dog, and then the Piao. We are just starting to ship it, which means it's going to take time. It is energized during the eclipse. So now we are just starting to ship it. So don't worry. That's the whole process. That's how it works. After, then we ship because it's always about the auspiciousness. Okay? So if you're following up, don't worry. You haven't been forgotten. This is my own response to the thousands of people. Okay? And for everyone, though, who's asking also about, I was in my Instagram, about the classes for money, the manifestation, how to attract wealth. It's a free class that comes when you get this. Yes, so in the class I would be discussing the do's and don'ts of attracting wealth at home. So it's a very practical one, and this is the goddess Lakshmi. This is the money magnet, which I always tell people: if you have a wallet and you open it and you don't have a money magnet, it doesn't make sense. So you don't want to attract. So this comes hand in hand. Okay, so make sure check it out, and I will be giving out a free black obsidian together with it. A beaded bracelet because the solar eclipse is going to be a little bit challenging, so we need to be protected. That's why I switch already from my citrine, which is my favorite, also to an obsidian. Okay, so now that we have established, okay, we're gonna do your transit. Welcome to your transit segment. I couldn't even speak with Mercury retrograde right now. Welcome to your transit segment that is for the upcoming solar eclipse on March 29. Okay. Should you be concerned? Should you be bothered? Or you should just live life like it doesn't matter? Well, that is up to you. For me, I'm here to deliver the message with urgency because the last time that this has happened it's very rare. So it's every 100 years, like a century, when this graha lines up in, like 5 grahas. So on the 29th, we have Rahu, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Moon, okay, in the house of Pisces. So let's dive deeper, how it's going to affect you, and what are the pros and cons of this transit for everyone. So we're going to look at the mundane, which is as a whole, what is Pisces for us, what house it is, and where is there anything else that is going to affect. Okay. So I'm going to put a screenshot here on the transit and how it looks like so that you guys see it. Without you understanding astrology, you came into my channel, I have no clue what Sal is talking about. So say that. Okay. So that way you can absorb this more. When you lose something, money, okay, when you lose, when you lost someone also, okay, in your life, okay. When you have a friend and then you haven't seen them and they move to foreign land for a while, for a long time, okay, all those are signification of the 12th house. Foreign land, house of losses, it's a moksha house, it's a liberation house. This is the last sign of the zodiac and the last bhava, which is the 12th house. So 12th house is where we cross over and release everything that we have experienced in our lifetime, from first house, second house, all those things. It comes into a conclusion in the 12th house. So this is the house of losses. It is also the house of isolation. You know, when you go to the hospital and nobody can see you, nobody can talk to you for a while, well, that's the 12th house also. So 12th house is seen as hospitalization, an asylum. So when a person goes and isolate themselves, that's a 12th house as well. So 12th house in Pisces, of course, there's the Rashi and then there's the Bhava. There's the sign, which is a water sign, and then there is the house itself. So both are different, meaning it acts as a unit, but both have different explanation. So Pisces as a sign is a water sign. It is ruled by Jupiter. So the graha that rules Pisces is Jupiter, okay, Brihaspati. So we have to look at the nature of Jupiter. Is it in a good place? Okay, because it will also have an effect. Because if the ruler of the house is not in a good placement, then it may be challenging. But just alone that there is a stellium happening in Pisces, we can experience big losses in our life. But these losses are needed, and that's the reason why we have eclipses. Humans have their nature of holding on to things, and the universe has an energy of ebb and flow. So when we keep on holding on to situation, expect that the eclipses are the one who's gonna be, okay, we need to address this now. There are situations that you keep holding on to. You gotta release and let go because we gotta go. So the flow of the universe is just natural, but as humans, we have free will, and sometimes we oppose what is nature. So now that the 12th house, you have an understanding that it is the house of losses. We understand that Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the most, this is the benefic graha that gives us joy and happiness. Then this is a time that we're going to find joy, yes, in spirituality. Meaning our religion, our spiritual beliefs, it's going to be heightened because that's a 12th house. The house where we come into connection with God, with the source. We're not dying. No one's dying. But this is the time where we can manifest a good, when I say a good connection, a very deep bond with our Creator. Why? Because everything that we are manifesting will be out first, so that way we can focus on our liberation, freedom from the things that has hindered our growth. So we can use this energy with all these grahas lining up to transform ourselves into something that probably we are going to be, but it's like a butterfly, but we kind of like, I'm not sure if I'm ready, so it's a big transformation for us because there will be big losses. But as soon as you lose something, you will gain something back. And that's just how life is. Okay? You lose something, you gain something. Now, how it's going to affect your sign will be in different, how do you call it? It would be different for each of the ascendant or moon sign. So, as far as like Rahu, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Moon, okay, in the natural 12th house, I can give you guys briefly on how it's going to affect each of the zodiac. Okay, so from Aries all the way to Pisces. So when we discuss first for the Aries, okay, it's a 12th house. That's where the eclipse is happening. And we have to look into both where the lunar eclipse, which is Virgo, is 6th house, and then the 12th house. So always consider those 2 points because Rahu and Ketu is there. So what the Aries needs to be more focusing on for this eclipse is health. Plain and simple, health and money. The debts, okay? Both are house of losses. Debts is in the 6th house, 12th is losses. So hospitalization, we have to be more conscious. Your health, your day-to-day, these are things that will change in the coming months, 3 to 5 months. For the Taurus, this is going to be in your 11th house, which only means the house of gains, your dreams and desire. There'll be big changes there. As far as like what you want and what you need in life, there will be big changes, meaning some will be taken out and some you will get. Remember, Jupiter is in your 1st house, and it has an aspect also to your 5th house, which is for you, that's your dating and romance in Virgo. So that one will be affected as well because Ketu is there. There'll be a soulmate that comes in, there'll be a relationship that comes in, there'll be something that you want, but you're going to get something different. Okay, so just understand that the veil will be removed. For the Gemini, this is going to be a time where you will probably be changing career. There will be a change in the business. There'll be a change with who your superior is, your boss, because it's in the house of career. You may also move and relocate. So that's how, that's how significant the Kendras is for the Gemini, because it's happening both. One, the lunar was in your 4th, and the solar is in your 10th. So those two will be the one that is heightened and focusing on business, success, that's the 10th house, society is the 10th house, your career is the 10th house, and your 4th house. So we're expecting big significant changes. As for the Cancerian, this is going to be the time where your ideas will spring out during the lunar eclipse, and then an opportunity will come out for you to be able to manifest it to existence, because the eclipse will be happening, the solar eclipse will be happening for your sign in your 9th house of luck. So doors are opening for luck. It's up to you whether to seize it. You have an idea, you can of course make it into something tangible. And normally the 3rd house is about not just your dreams, but it's where you're giving birth to something that you want. And if you're going to get it, it will be reliant on the 9th house if luck will be in your favor. So use this time, okay, to manifest luck on your side. And for the Leos, very, very concerning, because this is going to happen in 8th house from you. Sudden changes is what we expect. Be more conservative with regards to your investment. Be more conservative with anything that corresponding to your managing of your finances. Your health is a concern also, meaning your diet. You gotta be more watchful of what you eat. This is going to be the time where you may be indulgent here and there. And then you may, like this is normally would go into something urgent. So we don't want you to be in the urgent care all of a sudden. So be more focused on the food that you eat. Investment-wise, it's not the best time. You got to be conservative. And then, of course, we have it in Virgo, which for Virgo signs, you will see it in your 7th house of partnership. Your marriage, your union is what is at stake. Your relationship, your partnership. If it's business transaction, there will be big changes because you are changing. All the grahas are looking at the Virgo right now. They're all putting attention to you. Jupiter has aspect to you. All the graphs in the Pisces in your 7th aspect to you as well. Mars also has an aspect to your sign. So the pressure for the Virgo to change is intense and very, very important that you take time. Okay, Virgo? Now for the Libra will be experiencing this in the 6th house. It's not a pleasant house. The 6th house is the debts and the illness. So there will be, again, focusing on how you spend your money, how what you do as an everyday. How is your health? How is your motivation? What do you do for your body is in the 6th house because it's a day-to-day. So the eclipse that is happening, in the solar eclipse in the 6th house, be more conscious and focus on that, not just on the day itself. This is 3 to 5 months, Libra, so this has to be on top of your list. For the Scorpio, if you're dating, romantic connection, this is a wonderful time not to get engaged. Yes, I repeat, not to invest on anyone. Investment has to take a step back. 5th house is the house of speculations as well. Happiness. This is dating and romance, and this is if you have kids. So those are all heightened. You need to understand that anything can happen either or. And that's why during the eclipse, it's about conservative actions and choices. Do not make abrupt decision, especially in the 5th house. 5th house is house of creativity, house of Purva Punya, mantra. So if you are into spirituality, you have religious belief, amazing time. But if you're trying to attract something solid and tangible, you gotta be very, very careful. And then for the Sagittarian, this is happening in your 4th house. The 4th house is a Kendra, which means if it's in the 4th, it will happen in the 7th, the 10th, and you. So the dual signs, we call it the Rashi Drishti, or sign aspect. If it's in a dual sign, it will manifest in the corners. So for the 4th house, change of environment at home, a little bit suffocated. There's a lot of argument, or there are things that is not happening the way that you want it. cool, calm, collected would be the best approach here. It is not advisable for you to move, but if it's already in the plans, just make sure that, okay, you're signing a contract, you know the lease, you know the terms, because the fourth house is cars, conveyances, and also your home. So big changes there. So energy has to be cleansed. You have to do all the rituals that if you have to cleanse your environment, because the disturbance is going to be where your comfort is, which is at the home. So peace, you're more tranquil. The energy has to be more of like a rest and relaxation. And for the Capricorn right now will have a change of their mindset. What you want before, you wouldn't want anymore. You wanted to get this job is a different one now. You want this business is a different one now. Relationship, it changed. So in the coming months, it will be a time where the Capricorn needs to just focus first. It's in the third house. When we're having this moment of change of mind, then we need clarity first to come in. And during the eclipse, it's not about clarity. It's about acceptance first, because something has to be lost in order for you to gain. So that's the reason why you take a step back. For the Aquarians, the second house is going to be very, very important because it's the house of savings and family and food. Be careful. Same thing. What you eat, how you save, where does the money goes, how you treat your family. A little bit contentious with regards to people that supports you. You may feel betrayed. You may feel like there's nobody there for me. But remember, the eclipse, if they're not with you and helping you, it only means that they're not part of your life anymore and that you're ready to transform to the next era of an Aquarian. Remember, the Aquarians are also ending, or well, starting the last phase of their Sade Sati, because Saturn is going to move out of your sign in just a couple of hours after the eclipse. It will go to your second house. So out with the Sasa Yoga, out with Saturn in the first, because Saturn in the first is a Maraka. Now you're going to gain back the strength and the confidence. For the Pisces, this is going to be the one that really knocks you off your how do you call this, your composure, because what you think that you planned for the whole time in your life, it's not going to be what it is. It doesn't mean it's bad. It only means that this is a reality check. The Rahu in the first house confuses you. Mercury in the first house is in debilitation sign. It does gain directional strength, but it's debilitated and it's in retrograde. So confusing time is coming for the Pisces with regards to relationship. Venus is there. So this is a time where the Pisces needs their time out. So Pisces needs to be finding Nemo to find themselves. Okay, so Nemo has to be found. This is internal transformation and changes from the body itself. Remember, it's the first house. First house is the body. It's the head as well. So I would want you to be more conscious about, you're traveling, you're doing things. Take it slow because it's all happening in the head. Meaning, accidents can happen. Okay, so just be careful on that one. It's not, because Mars is also in the Kendra, so just be careful. But just on your own, it's all about clarity of the mind. So from Aries to Pisces, now we reach to Pisces. In conclusion to this, I would recommend everybody to cleanse. I would recommend everybody to have something that protects your environment. It is not a time of fear, not at all. It is a time of change. But what we don't want as we prepare is not to be involved with other energies. So we're just putting and establishing boundaries. And one of the greatest things that I've learned is actually, I wasn't prepared to share this, is I use tourmaline. You will see it it's all in the corners of my house. Tourmaline, okay? I'm not sure if I can put this or, down there, but tourmaline and selenite. I always put this in all corners of my houses, okay? So, tourmaline or, of course, obsidian. It's very protective. It's a house kit. I don't know if I still have it. If I do, I will put it down there or it's gonna flash here. So it's a home remedy kit because it's both, see, I have it both. I just realized that. Okay. Totally not planned. Okay, tourmaline and selenite together. So I always put it in front of my doorway and the corners of the house. So I'll tag it down there. I believe I still have some, so I would recommend it 100%. Not just on the day itself, but because it's a 3 to 5 months, all these energies we need to block. We need to protect ourselves. Remember, when you're manifesting, protection before attraction. And for everybody who has stayed all the way to the end, well, I love that you're loving the astrology part. And here comes the tarot. And yes, so that's how the cookie crumble, Aqua. Let's see what the tarot has in store for you. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, we love. First card will always be the strongest. So the Aqua is in there, Divine Feminine. Okay, energy-wise, resisting. Okay, you're resisting someone, something. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. Okay. I see the Aquarian right now. There's a part of you, because you have a Strength and the Chariot with the Empress. Those are 3 major arcana. That you're just ignoring, not ignoring, you know, you have the courage to say, I'm not going to deal with this today. You know, this is when you say, not today. Sorry guys, it's a little hot. So we have the Strength and the Chariot. So this is like you saying not today, because you are going to be facing in the coming days or weeks, immaturity. So someone's going to reason out to you. You will see that's like, okay, well, you know, how do you call it? You can't reason out with stupid. Not calling them stupid. No, you did. Not kidding. There's just no winning. You can't win. You can't convince them. Okay? And the argument that they're bringing to you here, if it is a relationship, is that, how about you be more patient? Ooh, triggering. And how about you be more patient? You didn't even dignify it with a response anymore. Very aquatic. Like, okay. You gave the resting aqua face. You gave the resting aqua face, not the BITCH face. You just said, it's like, okay. That's it. Silent treatment, Chariot. You know, you didn't even walk out the conversation if you guys are living in together. You were there in the living room. You just didn't respond to it. And for you, it's like, how do you want me to respond to that? Asking me to be more patient. You didn't ask them. You just, okay. And then they got mad. They got mad. 5 of Swords. Infuriated. Personal reading, I forgot, guys. If you need to book an appointment, I don't know if I focus. It's going to be down there. Okay? 5 of Swords, they were upset. So trying to trigger you, you didn't get triggered, then they got triggered. So it backfired? Interesting, interesting. Because you are in your higher power with the Empress card. And that's a wonderful part when you know yourself. You know, you're grounded. Like you can think logically and not react. And this is amazing if you practice it, especially during the eclipse season, you know. Like I mentioned, emotions are heightened, feelings are, you know, going in circles could be. You have a 6 of Swords here. You get the Knight of Cups. You get a 6 of Wands. You get a Star. Yeah, oh, they are mad, mad, mad. Okay, we're going to call your person Mad Max. Okay, you have a Temperance, and then you have the Star card. They feel like this is all an act. So if you want to avoid me, I'll avoid you. 7 of Swords. They are taking this into heart. They're not judgmental. I call this grudge-mental. They're taking grudge. Okay, so you're dating from, I think, isn't it a movie in Japan? The Grudge. Okay. So, no, okay. No, 5 of Swords is, your person is grudge-mental. Okay? Because they're seeing you in a glow-up. Saturn is exiting your first house. Amazing, right? Which means like, this is it. I have endured 2.5 years. I'm out to be a success here, Saturn out of the first. If it's a moon sign, it's different now, okay, also. Because, you're now in the last phase of the Sari-Sati. So they feel like all this is just an act. You being fine, you being okay, talking to your friends, this and that. Like, you have an agenda. Nothing is worse than a person thinking that you have an agenda when you don't even think about them. Which means like you're living rent-free inside their head. Oh, this is gold. I'm sorry. Okay. I just know it's gold for you right now. Knowing is damn right, Sal. Okay. But why are we reading about them? Okay. Now we're just tapping into the energy. So out of all the signs that I've read, you're doing amazing. Love that. Okay. Let's see here. You're doing amazing. Okay. The sun is in Pisces now. Okay. So you have been listening to your guides. Amazing. You have followed the protocol. Good. It's more about your existence now. Your soulful existence, which is the sun. So you had an awakening, or you will. Okay. You will realize that you have a Six of Swords right here. Okay, that in this situation, the time that you were with them, it was pointless. Okay, when you have the sun, you can see, it's a luminary. After probably your birthday, which is we just had the Sankrati, right? The sun moved to Pisces, and now we're having a solar eclipse in your. Okay, the solar eclipse is happening in your second house, which I mentioned it's transit. So when the sun is now there, your speech is going to be clear to your person, second house, the tone of your voice. This is making a decision. This is making, I feel like this is more of your, it's like you turn things around by not participating anymore. And it just like they just lost you, like it's the what I don't know, because Seven of Swords with the Five of Swords, if your person is a narcissist, that's for the doctor to define them, but that's the only way that you can, that's what they say. The money magnet Lucky Lakshmi coin. Thank you very much to everyone who has purchased to the hundreds. I am signing and energizing, and it's gonna go out today. So thank you very much for your patience. And for everyone who's asking, how do I use it and how do I get it? It's very easy. It comes with this case, right? Protective. Open it. When you open it, you will see my signature there, of course. Put it in your wallet. That's it. Attract money today. Link in the description box below. Visit my website, eatreadlove.me. Win, by just moving on and never talking to them, and this is how you're winning, because they are always wanting your attention here. And the Hierophant, you understand now. It's like, you know what? I want a relationship that works. I want a relationship that is stable. And ask and you shall receive, right? Hierophant, star, and the sun. So the whole time that Saturn is in your first house, that was challenging. That was difficult. That was tough. Okay. And now that it's done for 2.5 years, it was teaching you a lesson. And the hard lesson has been learned. It's graduation day at the end of March for you, Aqua, which I am very, very happy. What I want you right now is to manifest this wealth, this abundance, this prosperity, because your first card is strongest. You have to put this in your wallet. I want to make sure you put it in your wallet, right? This is the goddess Lakshmi. This is a money magnet, okay? And like what I mentioned, okay, you will get a free black obsidian, okay, very protective. It's a beaded bracelet that I will be creating for you guys because of the solar eclipse, okay? So understand that you have to wear it 6 months, not just on the day of the solar eclipse, okay? So when you get it, wear it 6 months. So very protective. That's why I switched to this one now. So when you have the sun card, it's free shipping in the US, it's down there. When you have the sun card and then you have now the Hierophant, you are blessed with a relationship that, okay, you have been manifesting. We love that, okay? Yep, you've been doing some soul searching. This is the end of the soul searching because your person has no soul. I'm kidding. With the Hermit, it shows like you understand that things will not change unless I change. So then you change how you deal with them. That's the only way. You got yourself out of a karmic cycle. I call this the un-effing yourself. Consciously, you have to do it. Like you do something every day, every time, as a ritual. We're robotic sometimes. Okay, we're a creature of habit. All those things. So then you realize, oh, so when this person does this to me, I do this. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. And that's what the strength card. It was tough for you to say no. It's tough for you to walk away because you would have to react every time there's arguments. And it's like, yeah, not this time. So not today. So remember, you have to manifest the reading to existence. Okay, these are just a read. It will stay as a read unless you manifest it. So use the tools that I have shared with you guys today and check it if it's still available.